If you've been wondering how to prune your Primark blackberries, that's what I'm going to go over today. The plants next to me you see here, we pruned them a couple of weeks ago, and you see that nice regrowth we're getting from the existing branches and from the base. When we're pruning these blackberries, we're trying to really bring the height down, open up the space, and allow sunlight into the branches, and just generally, contain the plants a little bit after the previous year, because they really shoot off a lot of growth every summer. We want to bring that back, open the plants up. So as you can see here in the center of one of my plants, you can see different kind of ages of these canes. So this blackberry is called a caneberry. It grows, sends up these cane shoots, and the fruits come on those canes. The unique thing about Prime Ark Freedom is that it fruits on new growth canes. So that means when a new shoot comes from the ground, in that first year, that first season, that new growth is going to produce fruit. That is not common amongst blackberries. Only newer varieties of blackberry do this. Traditional varieties are going to send up that shoot, grow for a year, and then fruit the second year. So the Primark Freedom is unique because it grows on that first year's growth, that new growth. That means if you want to, you could actually just cut this plant completely to the ground every winter, and that new growth is going to shoot up in the spring and give you fruit every year. So if you want to make it really simple, you can just prune back to the ground. We found that that works. We're going to do that in our other area. Here in this bed, we keep the plants a little bit bigger. They do give you a little bit more production. And here in Southern California, if you don't prune to the ground, you're going to get fruit pretty much all year. And you're going to get like 3 or 4 major fruitings and then a little bit of kind of stray fruiting between those major fruitings. So to prune here, what I'm looking to do is first remove the older dried up growth. And this dried up growth is basically 2 years old, okay? It's fruited this year, it fruited last year, and now it's dried up and it's dead. And that's what we're gonna focus on removing initially. So let me go through here, and I'm just gonna cut out any of this dried up growth, okay? So I got one there, got one here. So now I've removed the brown growth, and what I'm looking for now, what I have here now are this season's growth and last year's growth. And I can tell the difference by the base of the canes. This most recent season's growth is going to have this reddish color at the base, and the previous season's growth is going to be more green all the way down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove that previous season's growth and just leave these canes, these younger canes that have that reddish growth at the bottom. So again, we're just thinning back, removing the older growth, leaving just the younger growth that's going to be more vigorous and still has a fruiting season left in it. What I want to end up with is just 5 to 7 of the canes with that reddish growth at the base. I can remove everything else. So I'm going to look for the thickest reddish growth canes, and I'm going to remove the rest. Okay, so now I've removed everything but the newest growth. So I'm only left with that growth with the reddish bottom, and I've got about 10 of them, which is a little bit too many. I want to have a little bit more openness in this base of the plant. So I'm going to remove some of these last a few of these reddish stems, and I'm just going to pick the ones that are the biggest to remain. So let's take these little guys out. And maybe one more. And that's what we want. We are done. Once you finish with the crown, you're going to just work a little bit on the tops here. So you're going to see, your canes that you left, they already have some of this side growth, and we're just going to prune that back to be about a foot long. These side shoots are what is going to then produce new shoots, and that's where your fruit is going to come. So I'm just going to prune all these back. I got some really long ones like this as well. And this is way too long, so I'm just going to prune that back right over here. That's going to still produce side shoots and give me fruit off of the side shoots there. And we're getting close. See how long these vines are, almost like 15 feet long, maybe more than that. And again, pruning this back, prune this little guy back, and over here, over here. So now we're actually done. You can see it's a lot more open. I'm standing now behind the plant, and you can see me very clearly. All I've got left are about 7 of these newer growth canes. What's going to happen in the spring is these canes are going to send off little branches. Each of those branches is what's going to produce fruit. And you can even remove the tips of these new shoots that come off. That's going to give you even more fruit, because then those are going to side shoot and those are going to give you fruit. So this plant fruits on the tips of its growth. You want to maximize the number of tips. That'll maximize the number of berries. And that is about all I think I need to tell you. Again, if you don't want to go through the hassle of figuring out all of this in terms of this year's growth and last year's growth, you can just cut the whole thing to the ground. You're still going to get plenty of fruit. In fact, you're going to get much bigger fruit because you have fewer fruiting tips. But you will get more overall fruit by pruning this way. Now it's about 6 weeks since we pruned. I want to show you the result of our pruning. So as we showed in the video, we left behind these major branches, a couple branches that were existing from the previous season, and then we chopped down the height of those. Now each of those branches is producing side shoots, and we're already getting flowers on those side shoots, and we're already getting some fruit set. We are additionally getting new shoots coming up from the ground. So like I mentioned, if you chose to just cut everything to the ground, you would get new growth, new shoots coming up from the ground. Those are going to flower and fruit a little later than if you have left these branches. So that's why leaving some of the previous season's growth is going to give you a little bit more fruit. It's going to give you fruit a little bit sooner. Because these are just going to immediately shoot out, flower, set fruit. Those new shoots are going to take a little bit longer, but they're going to give you really big fruits. And that's the result of the whole bed. So we have flowers coming down the whole bed. We got fruit starting to set down the whole bed. And this is what a good blackberry pruning is going to look like.